Hello, Manta Rays. As we leave this school year behind, we will come to see that some new courses have been added to the curriculum. Today, we will be interviewing multiple teachers on these new electives and what students can hope to achieve by taking these new courses. What new course will you be teaching next year?
Well, thanks for asking, Jesus. I'm going to be teaching a guitar class next year.
Next year, I'm looking at offering a class called Creative Writing for Film and Theater, and then I'm hoping to also bring back public speaking.
I'll be teaching mixed media art and printmaking.
Could you tell us what this course is all about?
It's for everybody that's ever wanted to learn how to play the guitar. I'll be teaching people who've never played the guitar, and also people who have played it for a couple months, and maybe even some people that have played it for a couple years. And so whatever level people are at, we'll kind of go from there. And the goal is to teach them as many songs that they can then perform around the campfire or perform on stage or perform for their family and friends. And so it's fun. I'm looking forward to it because I've taught guitar for a long time. And in fact, over the years, it's been one of my favorite courses to ever teach. So I'm glad I'll be able to teach it here at MIA.
Public speaking is all about learning to become more comfortable and confident in presenting. If you think about it, if you think about every school or every course that you've taken here at MIA or that you will be taking, there's some sort of presentation. Like if you're on the ACE track, you have to take global perspectives. So this class kind of prepares you for that, gives you an introduction to performing in or speaking in front of your classmates, making a presentation, delivering a presentation. So it's all about that, and also how to communicate in written communication. So it's how to send a proper email and how to write properly to someone. And then creative writing for film and theater is a sort of a creative writing class under the umbrella of theater, where students will write a short play or a short screenplay, and then at the end of the semester have their script read out loud.
The courses are about self-expression in different ways. So printmaking is going to be about more of a traditional way of making art using carving and stamps, while mixed media is going to be more of a self-expression with different tools. So mixed media means different media or different types of art, like drawing, painting, digital, photography. So those are the types of art they're going to focus on in that class.
What should students expect to learn from this course?
I always start out with teaching chords, just regular old chords, because with chords, then you can learn an entire song. Like some people want to be Eddie Van Halen right away, or Kirk Hammett from Metallica right away, and they start, learning notes, individual notes. But I've found that it's a lot more successful, and they'll play guitar the rest of their lives if they first start out with chords and then kind of go from there.
The main thing they're going to learn is how to do traditional art as well as use the art to express themselves. So they're going to learn how to use the tools first in a traditional way, but then learn how to break the rules that they learned so they can do art in their own way.
How is this course different from previous courses you taught?
Well, when I taught it before, it was at Marco Island Charter Middle School, and it was for 9 weeks at a time, and then there would be a rotation, and new students would come in. But I'm excited about teaching it here because during the semester, because we're 90-minute classes, it's as if I'm going to be giving them a year's worth of guitar instruction in that semester time. And so I promise that everyone that's in the class, if they do exactly what I encourage them to do, they will be expert guitar players by the time the class is done.
Well, I used to teach public speaking years ago when we were in the portables, and it was one of the students' favorite classes. I have a lot of alumni that will come back to me after they've graduated college and say that was the one class that they are so grateful that they took because it prepared them for college and then for their jobs. Creative writing for film and theater is It came out of the students' favorite thing that they do in my theater class and the favorite thing that they do in film class, which was write a play, write a screenplay. And I wanted to spend a little bit more time maybe developing those skills with students that were really interested in that maybe weren't so much interested in the performance side and more interested in the writing side.
The mixed media one's pretty similar to my drawing class, but the printmaking is something completely new. It's replacing the digital media class, which is focusing on art through computers. The printmaking is going to be more hands-on than the digital one. It's also going to be a totally different type of art than we haven't had at the school before.
What type of student do you think would enjoy or benefit most from this course?
I think the best possible student for this would be a creative soul whose goal it is to be a rock star. Honestly, you got to start somewhere. Eddie Van Halen started somewhere, just like most anyone. Like all the famous guitar players of the world, almost all of them start from very humble beginnings, playing a G, C, D, and an E minor chord, just like everybody else. But then at some point when they get confident, it becomes part of who they are as a person, and many of my students have gone on to play guitar for the rest of their lives.
For public speaking, I think really everyone can benefit. I think it's a good skill to have in your back pocket for whether you are looking at going to college or in the workforce. Just being able to communicate verbally and in writing, I think, is a really good skill to have. For creative writing for film and theater, I think it's students who really like to write, like a creative writing class, and maybe students that are also interested in theater or screenwriting, and again, less of the performative and more of the behind-the-scenes writing.
All students. Someone who's maybe stressed out and tired from ACE classes, someone who's getting used to doing art and is not really familiar with it yet, someone who loves art and is trying something new. All students would benefit from these classes.
What about this new course are you most looking forward to?
I'm most looking forward to getting to know the guitar players and what their interests are and what genres they're interested in and their levels of ability and performing with them on stage. I'm hoping that, somewhere along the way, we'll be able to put on a show and let everybody, show off their talents. And it's going to grow organically because, the students are going to also be teaching each other. So whether everyone's into country music or pop music or heavy metal music, I don't know yet, but I'm excited to find out.
Well, for public speaking, I'm just looking forward to more students coming into my classroom and learning how to give presentations, because there is a little theatrical element to every presentation that's given. So if I can knock down the stereotype about theater and get more students interested in understanding how an actor might approach something, it's the same way that you would approach a presentation. And I'm really looking forward to creative writing for film and theater and having the culmination of the class be a reading of the plays and screenplays that are read. There's a lot of staged readings that are done professionally. I've had a lot of my own plays receive stage readings, and I think it would just be really fun to have the whole class involved in that, and it gives us another performance opportunity for MIA Theater.
I'm really excited to try out some new materials, specifically with the printmaking. It's something that we don't have at the school yet, so we're getting new supplies for it. And then with mixed media, I'm excited to try out different ways that we can use tools that we already have and making something new with them.
That'll be all for today, Manta Rays. We hope you had a good school year and an even better one next year with these new electives. This is Jesus Nunez reporting for The Wave.